After it first debuted on TV more than half a century ago, the OG Nature Show is back airing on NBC. Stephanie Sy has a look at the return of Wild Kingdom.
She was standing perfectly still.
It was 4th of July weekend when Vanessa Lindo made a surprising and most patriotic discovery. This.
There's an eagle in the yard.
Lindo, of Yakama Nisqually descent, thought the eagle's presence was auspicious.
We believe that the eagle flies highest to the Creator, so the eagle takes our prayers to the Creator and delivers blessings back to us.
But she soon discovered this eagle couldn't fly.
When she raised her wing, I could see blood on her, and I knew she wasn't going to leave. She needed help.
Lindo drove the bird in a crate to PAWS, an animal welfare organization north of Seattle.
I talked to her the entire time. I was saying, I'm going to help you. It's going to be okay.
Her bald eagle encounter is featured in an episode of Wild Kingdom, Protecting the Wild. It's a reboot of the original Nature Show, first broadcast 60 years ago.
Welcome to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Naturalist Marlin Perkins and zoologist Jim Fowler got up close and personal with endangered wildlife, bringing far-flung habitats into Americans' living rooms.
It was a template that many other wildlife shows followed.
Peter Gross joined the show in 1985 and returns for the reboot.
I thought it would be an opportunity for me to be able to affect as many attitudes about conservation as I could, and had no idea that I would be standing here with you now, hoping to influence attitudes of the next generation about conservation.
The next generation includes his new co-host, wildlife ecologist Ray Wynn Grant, who is inspired by the original program.
I used to sit on my grandparents' living room floor and watch these shows, and I would tell my family, I want to be a nature show host when I grow up.
Wynn Grant says filming Wild Kingdom has come with some unexpected animal encounters.
I can now say that I've been bit by a bat inside of a bat cave.
The show returns at a time when wildlife is more threatened than ever. Today, an estimated 40% of animals are at risk of extinction.
Human development has bisected so much of their habitat. That's the main thing.
She was right over here.
For now, the crew is focused on stories right in our backyard, in the United States, with hopes to highlight wildlife abroad in a future season.
Now that you've turned off the anesthesia,
Gross wants to educate viewers about what they can do.
this is such a good example of why people should put stickers on their glass windows to prevent birds from flying into them and getting these serious injuries. This generation of ours has grown up hearing so much gloom and doom about the state of our natural world. I think the message is it is not too late if we all become proactive and see what we can do to participate in conservation. And some of these species will be resilient with our help and can make a comeback.
Take the bald eagle. Once threatened with extinction and protected by the Endangered Species Act, its populations have since recovered and are growing.
I think the fact that we're now talking about a highly endangered species that almost disappeared, that is off the endangered species list now, is a great story for us to be telling.
But the story of the eagle Vanessa Lindo found in her yard shows that threats remain.
There was a wound on her left shoulder and there were metallic fragments, so she had been shot.
Dr. Nikki Rosenhagen is a wildlife veterinarian at PAWS.
Where you can see, so that bright white, that's metal. And these are bone fragments. So this
Linda couldn't believe it.
It really made me angry to think about our national bird being shot on Independence Weekend, nonetheless.
According to Dr. Rosenhagen, shootings are all too common.
What would have happened had she not been brought in?
She wouldn't have been able to survive, right? She can't feed herself. She can't avoid predators or humans, dogs, anything like that. And so she probably would have succumbed to the injury.
Rosenhagen and her team were able to treat the wound. They cleaned the gunshot site and removed bone fragments. The eagle's wing was immobilized in a wrap. She was also treated for lead poisoning.
In almost all cases, they're ingesting it. And so the most common reasons are that there's lead ammunition. An animal that comes along, especially like an eagle, they're a scavenger and they're going to ingest that. We're also just seeing it in the soil.
In the months that followed, the eagle did physical therapy. As she recovered, the team studied her flight and stamina.
We were looking to see, can she fly from the ground to the highest perch? And she finally did that last week.
So early one recent morning at a park south of Seattle, with Wild Kingdom cameras rolling and Lindo on hand to watch,
All right, well, I'm ready. Are you all feeling ready?
Let's do it.
Wynn Granton Gross opened a crate holding the fully rehabilitated bald eagle. This national symbol of freedom soared back into nature.
It's like my girl is free and she's back where she belongs. So I'm just thrilled. I'm happy.
Gross hopes stories like this spur the next generation of wildlife enthusiasts into action.
Each person can make a change personally to preserve our natural world.
The threats to wildlife are very real, but the message of Wild Kingdom is there is hope. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Stephanie Tsai in Seattle.